welcome back to GilComPlex on the road. I'm Tony, that's Larry, and Haloview actually reached out to us and asked us if we'd be interested in receiving and giving an honest review for one of their newest devices. It's a BT10 with TPMS. And what's cool about this, and I'm going to go ahead and unbox at least the start of it, there we go, is that this is going to declutter the dashboard. So any RVers out there that have your TPMS monitor, you might have a backup camera, you may have a Garmin GPS on your dashboard, as well as maybe your cell phones, etc., dash cam, all that kind of stuff. It kind of crowds up everything. Well, this one from Haloview is actually your rear view mirror. So you can just attach it, either replace the rear view mirror in your truck, or this actually has some rubber straps that you can just lay it over the existing rear view mirror and put it up here, and it acts as your rear view mirror behind the camper, a TPMS sensor, and this comes with your TPMS caps for your tires on your rig, and it has a dash cam as well. So it's got kind of a 3-in-1 all here. So we're excited to unbox this, and then you get to go through the wonderful world of installing this and him installing it. It'll be me, because he doesn't read instructions, so I'm usually the one doing the instructions. So we'll see with the marriage, you know, how it is for installing this kind of stuff, and see if we survive something like this. So stay tuned.
Raise a toast to the moments that we share with our fluffy co-pilots. Love fills the air, from quirky roadside stops to the view so grand. Life's better together, hand in hand, oh man.
While Larry starts to unbox our new BT10, if you're new to the channel, welcome. We hope you enjoy this video, and we'll check out some other videos too. Okay, Larry has it unwrapped. Let's check out what's all in the box.
User manual.
Okay.
User manual.
So if you don't get it right the first time, they have a second one, just in case. Okay.
Here's all your stuff.
All right. So we're gonna, obviously here's a rear view mirror. That looks like the camera. So we'll set that aside.
It's nice.
Okay.
Here's your antennas.
Okay.
Probably for the camera, and for the inside and the rear.
Got it.
Different cables depending on
For powering.
what you need for power, depending on your vehicle.
Oh.
These are TPMS sensors.
Yep. So make sure we don't. Okay. That'll be the whole thing we have to program like we did on the old one. So.
Yep.
Okay.
Here's the camera for the rear.
And we did hear that this camera is, we have a Haloview now, a BT7, and we actually talked to Haloview if it's the same camera on our BT7, but it's not. Yeah, we did some reading and found out that this camera is actually an upgrade from the BTS, not a K-pop band. BT7 Touch is the BTC 128. This one is the BTC 128 WV. And it's an upgraded version with a wide dynamic range technology and 135-degree field of view.
These must be the straps that can go around that hold it in place if you choose to use that. Or if you notice, or these are actually already in place. So this, we'll have to read the instructions, but they give you these little dabbers that then you just wrap that around your mirror. And it's rubber, so it shouldn't hurt your mirror. And they've also got nice felt pads here as well that would rest up against
the existing mirror. That's good.
And this is the dash cam.
And it slides, and the whole thing slides out actually to the right. Yeah, there it goes.
So cool. I'm gonna put that back there so we don't lose it. This is the
booster.
Looks like the booster that goes up underneath and hooks to your battery.
And a second one.
And a second booster. Maybe for folks that have longer rigs, we'll have to read about that.
Yep.
And these are just all the tools. They send you everything. Here's the screws to mount the camera. Here's little wiring harnesses, all kinds of stuff, and batteries.
Ah, well, that's good. They actually give us the batteries for them.
For the TPMS.
Yep, the CR1632s. Nice. First thing we're doing is removing the existing camera. Good thing about the Alliance rigs is they come pre-wired for a backup camera, so all the wires are already in there. We don't have to run cables over the top or under the bottom and up the side of the rig, so that's nice.
I'm wondering if I should put some little bit of silicone on the end at the tips of these holes and then screw this in.
Oh, that would
just
be
so that it
grips and it
seals it.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I doubt they want me to say I don't know what I'm doing on their video. Even though I don't. So what I'm thinking, and I don't know this for sure, we were getting ready to start the pairing process for the camera. I've installed the new camera on the back of the rig. We got everything hooked up just like the directions said. It's real simple to follow. And we plugged in the new camera, and when it powered on, it automatically paired. But we literally did not have to go through the pairing process. It just did it.
What was that? It was like changing back and forth.
It's flipping back and forth from, I think, dash cam to rear camera. There's options, maybe because I'm touching it. So see,
yeah. That's
just rear. And then I think if you touch it, it'll give you front and rear, which if you had it up here, you know, for those of you that have dash cams, this is kind of nice. We don't. We've been talking about getting one. So now this actually integrates that into this camera. And so next step is to get the TPMS, which will show up here on the rig. This is also, I guess when you touch it, starts recording. There's a SIM card in this camera that you can record and go back and view.
And I believe I was reading these buttons, if you don't want to touch and smear your screen, there's buttons down here that do the same thing. If you want to avoid. Oop, that turned it off. There we go. I'll have to read and see.
So.
Cool.
Oh, that flipped it.
That's weird. Okay.
So anyway, the pairing process for us, it paired automatically. So I'm not sure why it did that, but it did, and it's working. So
that's awesome. And then do it size over the, see, we have a digital rear view mirror.
Our camera's digital already, so I would just turn our camera off is what I'm planning to do. And then these little straps would come around the back. It's going to take a little bit to adjust.
And this is what we were saying earlier, which is really nice, is that these are felt.
So you don't have to worry about it scratching your mirror.
Yeah.
And then that comes around and snaps and grabs it.
And then we do the other side.
Now we'll have to deal with the tightness and stuff because I'm not sure if you get on a bumpy road, how it's going to josh around. But we'll see. We'll check that out.
Cool. So far, so good.
Like it.
Here's a quick side view of the mirror as it's laying up against the existing mirror. You can see that it just kind of straps on right against it. And there you go.
Wire, what I'm thinking why we keep losing signal is because it's
here.
We should maybe try to bring it up. Although it says to mount it on the chassis, which is down on the ground.
Yeah. And it's one of the reasons is that it's exposed. It's not inside the rig. So I think sometimes they think the signal gets disrupted by being inside here.
Right. Next is the cap sensor installation. After the booster, because it says it in caps, is installed, unscrew the cap of the sensor and put in the CR1632 coin cell. Note that the positive sign of the coin cell is up. So they give you little locking nuts if you choose to use them. It's anti-theft. So you screw this onto your stem all the way. You take your tire pressure cap, you turn it until the air stops, and then you give it another quarter turn. It'll bottom out, and then I've just been given about a quarter turn. Then you bring this to the cap. They give you this little wrench that you slide on there like so, and then you tighten it down. There you go.
Great. And that prevents somebody from stealing our TPMS. If you had them all, look at them. You have them all for the dually, you know, the triple axle. If you had like a rig, semi.
Okay, manual ID, clearly, which is printed on the top of the sensor.
You have to press that first or something. Good. It's highlighted, so you have to highlight that there, because that's the truck, that's the trailer.
Okay.
Okay, well, we got it all set up. We tried auto learn and manual. Manual worked, which was funny, for 2 of them, or 3 of them, and then the auto learn did the last one.
Got the last one.
Okay, so it took a little bit to get it to hook up, but now we can see our front axles on our rig and the back axles, and it's showing everything looks good. We when you entered it in, you put in, oops, it's not gonna register there, a manual ID when we did it manual here, typed in the number that's on the cap, and then we also set the high and the low pressure so it knows over here what to look for if the tires are running high or low.
A little trick, and I don't know if this has anything to do with it at all. I pulled the battery back out of the one, pushed it back in, and I don't know if that reset it and then it grabbed it. But anyway.
Okay, it's good to know.
They finally captured. And then when you go back out of this screen, you can set your high pressure, low pressure, high temp. And then when you go back, it now shows.
And it's front driver's side.
Right.
There it is. Okay. So it's rotating through. There's the back driver's side. And then back to the passenger front. That's good. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to drive away with the camera on and see how long it goes before
it loses connection.
Yeah. We decided to take a drive to see how far the signal would last, and we went to the end of the block and turned the corner. That got us to about 300 feet. Definitely a strong signal to drive away and still be able to see the camera. Let's fast forward a couple days to being on the road and using the BT10. Earlier, but we are trying out the new Haloview BT10 with TPMS. So you will see the little setup that we did, etc. But Larry, what are your initial thoughts about it?
I like it.
Yeah?
I like that everything's just in one spot. And I like not having all that stuff on the dash.
Yeah, you see, we used to have bullet point stuff here, and we removed it all because now our TPMS, our rear view camera, dash cam is all on the rear view mirror. So it's actually perfect for us. 4 to 6 days later. All right, well, we've been on the road now for a bit with the BT10, and we went to Hilton Head, South Carolina for a few nights, and now we're up here in Jonesville, North Carolina, staying at the River Walk RV Park on the Yadkin River. So we had a good experience using the BT10 and TPMS the entire drive up here. So Larry, what are your thoughts now that we've had it for a bit?
Yeah, I like it. Like we've said before, we've not lost signal at all. It's read the tire pressures well. It's read the temperatures well. I like the fact that we have a dash cam now, because we didn't have one at all before. And people are crazy on the road, so it's nice to be able to, you know, if there were something to happen, you have that capability to go back and see, you know, what happened. I think one thing for us that I would like it even more is if it came with a case, something to put it in when you're not using it, because we're not full time, so it doesn't need to be up there all the time. So we'll try to find something or a better way to store it so that it doesn't, you know, I don't want it to get scratched or messed up.
Right, because the case that we have for our Haloview BT10, it's not the same
flat
size, and so it won't fit. So because it's a rear view mirror, the case needs to be a little different. So I think that would be great is if it actually came in a carrying case as well. You know?
Yep. The other thing for us, and what I'm used to, is our truck already has the rear view camera mirror in it, and when that's up there, obviously you can't use that. Now you can use the Haloview as just a mirror. It looks like a regular rear view mirror, but I miss having our camera mirror. So, you know, what you would have to do is just unsnap it, take it off when you know, if you were going to be in place like we've been. We're here for a week, so, you know, not a big deal at all.
But that's where that conversation came up with, because if we took it off, where would I
put it?
Right?
You know, I don't want to just throw it in the seat or behind the seat or whatever. I want it to be protected so nothing happens to it, or the glass doesn't get scratched or something like that. But overall, I really like it. It's great. It's convenient.
The quality of the pictures are great.
Very good quality. It allows you, one thing that I really like about it, you have to manually adjust the camera on the back of the rig like you normally would, but there is an adjustment in the Haloview itself that then allows you to move the camera up and down some without having to move the camera on the back, and that part's nice.
Yeah, that's really great. So that's a definite thing, and I think for the value of the money, we'll put the price tag here on the screen. I think it's worth it, because the BT7, that we had, which is just the rear camera, it didn't even have the TPMS,
right,
wasn't that much cheaper than what we have for this one. So I'm really impressed with this one. Yeah, and we're going to look forward. We still have more to go on our trips, so we'll continue to use it. But I think for right now, thumbs up from us, I think. And we will put a link here. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this was sent to us from Haloview to try out and to give an honest review. And this is our honest review. We do recommend it. But of course, we'll put in a little affiliate link here. So if you want a discount, you'll get a little bit of a discount for it, and it supports our channel. So we really appreciate it.
And thank you, Haloview, because
absolutely
great products. I mean, we started out on our first rig with a Furion camera, and not that there was anything bad about it, but it was not always in sync. It would pause. Yeah. And then it would go, and then when we were backing up, Tony would be talking, but it was like way delayed, and so things happen, like you back into maybe the house gutter or something. I don't know. But anyway, this has not been that way at all. It's been like...
In fact, if you look closely in the video earlier, when Larry's on the ladder installing the camera, if you look at that right there, I think that's exactly where the gutters...
said dent.
For it. Absolutely. So, all right. Well, as always, thanks again for watching and subscribing to our channel. Be sure to like and comment on this and share it with your friends. But of course, click the little bell so you get notifications every time we put up a video like this. And stay tuned, because the next video is going to be our adventure, actually, from the house to Hilton Head, in our stay at the Hilton Head RV Resort. So stay tuned for that next week. All right. Thanks, everybody.
See you soon.
Bye.
We are GilComPlex on the road, chasing sun.